an important consideration when you're writing emails, specifically emails to your teachers or in your workplace, is to think about the style of language, the level of language that you're using. Are you using a formal style, a formal level, a standard, agreed upon as acceptable style? Or are you using a non-standard style, a very informal, laid-back, slang style? It's important to remember that you're writing to people who evaluate you, who look at your writing as a representation of who you are and what matters to you. And so you want to use a more formal style, a standard level of language, and use words that are considered acceptable. So you want to always avoid slang. You want to avoid more common terms, more colloquial expressions. You just want to come across as a little more formal, a little more professional, a little more educated, a little more aware of your vocabulary, the level of language that you're using. And so there are a variety of websites that you can go to. I'm looking at one right now that's from Northern Illinois University, and it just talks about formal and informal style and then presents some subheadings there: standard or non-standard English, your choice of your vocabulary, the use of pronouns. And so taking these things into consideration when you're writing is very important. Another website that has some really good information in it about your choice of your use of formal versus informal writing is Grammarly. And so there's a guide here on Grammarly on formal versus informal writing. And some of the things that it talks about, it gives some examples. You want to make sure that you avoid slang expressions and when addressing your reader. You don't want to use hey. You may not even want to use hi as an address. You might want to say hello and a comma and then the name of the person that you are writing to. So the name of your teacher. Think about how your teacher has asked you to address him or her. Has he or she said to use Dr. and their last name, or Miss or Ms. or Mrs. or Mr. in addressing them? Has the person given you permission to use their first name? So think about that and make sure that you use appropriate wording in your the writing of your email. You want to avoid expressions like hey teach, or yo teacher, or yo prof, or but dear Mr. So-and-so, or dear Mrs. So-and-so, or Ms. So-and-so, or dear Professor So-and-so, so that you come across as formal, not fancy or getting above your raising or highfalutin language, but standard expressions that denote respect for the person who's going to be reading it. And so you want to think about that and lean toward a more formal style in your writing. So if you think that you tend to write very informally, or if your teacher has told you that you write very informally, then those are some elements that you might want to consider as you move forward in becoming a better writer of emails.